you new to saltwater fishing? Or do you go out and throw soft plastics that just can't get bit? Meanwhile, the guy next to you is catching fish after fish. Today, I'm going to show you an exact setup that can fix that for you. And stay with me, because later in this video, a fish hits so hard it snaps my line and you would not believe what happens next. Hey, this is Captain Kevin, and you might just learn something new here today. And hit that subscribe button if you want to see more fishing tips and adventure videos.
Good morning from Port Mansfield. Hey, this morning I'm going to talk a little bit about a alternative way to fish for more kind of inexperienced fishermen. If you're out wade fishing or fishing off the boat and you're not getting fish just throwing a soft plastic, one good alternative is to use a popping cork. So I'm going to go through here how I've got this popping cork set up. So this is just an H&H cork. You want the weight at the bottom so that when you cast it out it stands up. I connect my braid to the top eyelet with a uni knot. I put a 20-pound fluorocarbon leader on the bottom of the popping cork and also do a uni knot on that. I then put a straight, just regular hook, no weight, on the end of the line. And again, I use a uni knot for that one. Here we're using just a straight stick bait, kind of a chartreuse white stick bait from Salt Strong. And then I will put Procure mullet scent on this bait. So a couple advantages of throwing a popping cork are you can cast it out there, and by putting it maybe a foot and a half, 2 feet leader. This is measured about knee deep. I'm standing in about waist deep water right now where I'm wade fishing, and so this will go down about halfway down into the water column. And once you pop the popping cork, that attracts the fish. So when you cast it out there, you want it to pop and then let it set. You don't want to be moving it a lot because then you move it away from where the sound attract them in. If you're drifting on the boat, you cast it out, pop it, and just let it sit and let the boat get closer, and then pop it again, let the boat get closer. So you're barely moving it out of that area, and once the boat drifts up to where the popping cork is, then you can pull it up out of the water. All right, so let's fish here and see if we get some. All right, so after 4 or 5 casts, if you haven't got a bite, it's time to reapply the Procure. Spread it out all over the bait there. All right, I'm gonna do just a little demonstration here on what your pop should sound like. So normally I'm not gonna fish it this close, but this is what your popping cork should look like and sound like out there. And it stands back up. That lure's swimming around underneath it, and then the weight of it pulls it back up over the top. That's the action you should be getting and the sound you should be getting from that popping cork. We're all gooed up. Another cast. Okay, cork went under. Oh, Cork went under. 1, 2, 3. Popping cork. So when the cork goes under, actually this one, the cork went under, he spit it out, went under again, I counted to 3, and then he came in and ate it again. So you want to count to 2 or 3 before you reel, because they because you want to make sure that they've eaten the bait and you don't rip it out of their mouth. Alright, so there's probably a good 16, 17-inch trout there. Yeah, a little under 17. So we'll come over here and put him in the basket. That one's gonna get some blackened seasoning on it. Go on the Blackstone. And that's how easy it is fishing with the popping cork. One, 2, 3. All right, got another one. This one looks a little smaller. Yeah, there's a little guy. It'll get bigger. Alright, procure back up. And with a nice calm wind today, you know, you can do a 360. You can cast all around different directions. Try different water around where you're standing if you're out wade fishing. There's one. That's a little bit better fish. Yeah, baby. So that one hit it right after I jerked it, so I wasn't able to count it. So that's how it's done, guys. Put a popping cork on, especially if you got some new guys out fishing with you, or if you're a new fisherman. That's a little bit different, easier way to get out and get you some trout. So again, the advantages of popping corks are, number one, you can cast it a long ways. So if you're wade fishing or drifting with the boat, you can get it a long ways away from you because you get that extra weight with the cork. And then the rattle in the popping cork attracts the trout and the redfish into whatever. It sounds like a trout slurping up some bait. They come over, others come over to check out what's going on, And then with your bait, if you've got just a straight hook with no weight on it, that little action when you jerk it pulls the bait up. There, 1, 2, 3. Oh no! Wow. I just lost my popping cork. It just broke my line. So even us fishermen that fish all the time make mistakes. So the reason that fish broke me off was I went in and checked my drag on this reel, and it was cranked all the way down. So the next thing you want to do is make sure you test your drag before you cast it out. Note to self, you might want to do that next time. I see my popping cork. The fish is still on it. Got it! I hooked it! Oh my God!
This is epic.
Oh my God! Hey, I got my popping cork back!
So here's the deal. If you're out fishing and not getting bites on soft plastics, tie on a popping cork. It's simple, it's effective, and it catches fish. Hey, if you want to see my recommendations on wading shallow versus deep, see that video here. And if you want to see my epic 27-inch grass trout catch, see that video here.